Hey guys, welcome to my latest review video, and I have some awesome news for everybody because remember flex markers? They are getting rebranded, and pro markers as well, as the Winsor & Newton markers. Winsor & Newton is one of my all-time favorite brands and I love using their watercolors, so I am getting hyped about seeing what they did with the latest and greatest upgraded brush markers they are going to place on the market real soon. And one more thing about this new video is that I will do a 6 marker challenge by using these latest ones, but don't worry, there is a special surprise in it for you because I will also be doing the latest Winsor & Newton pastel tone pro marker set giveaway. So if you want to get a chance to win this, you only have to comment in the, below the video and comment with a theme. What do you think I should draw in my next video when I will be reviewing this set? So the next time I do a review of this particular set, you guys will be able to hear who won this set. Okay, so today I will be using a regular 170 gram plain white paper and do a random creation on the spot. So let's see what I think of with 6 pro marker, well, brush markers by Winsor & Newton. So initially, since I had a set of 2 colors which each had 2 shades to them, I decided to make a character that had 2 types of color in her hair and represent the separate hair with different colored split hairline and ponytails, and well, I think those are pigtails to be more exact, and make her into some kind of a superhero cutie with a star amulet and star mascot somewhere on her robes, because I had this fantastic sunflower shade of yellow, so I wanted to incorporate that in a form of cute stars. And of course I had to put big squiggly lined eyes to make her look more alive and vibrant. And I don't usually do a lot of sketchy drawings, but I really felt that this character needed it so that she can look more dynamic. And I didn't put a lot of squiggly lines or just sketchy lines. I try to, well, my professional function is to draw out the character's clothes as neatly as possible. It's just something I learned at fashion design school. And of course I wanted her hair to be flowing all over the place in huge volumes and threads and just splitting everywhere around her. And of course design a cute Sailor Moon like outfit for her, but nothing too detailed. And of course tiny stars and a little bit of a blush, since all the colors I got are super romantic and fun to work with. So I don't usually use this many brightly colored tools, but I love the opportunity when I get a chance to test out my creativity on the spot and see what I can think of just at that moment. So I started with this baby pink shade. Its official name is Pale Pink, and I really loved doing the opposite bows with the opposite split hair, for starters, and of course her blushiness and her main bow on her neck, which is circling around her cute little star buddy. And first thing I noticed about these new and improved brush markers is that the end of the marker, which contains the brush tip, has actually changed its cover, so you can easily find the part of the marker which contains brush tip and which contains chisel tip. So that's the first thing I really liked about this. The second thing is that I saw about these markers and liked is the stackability, because with other types of markers you're stuck with one shade that marker provides, but when you use these ones you can actually make up to 3 shades of your Copic color and stack them up and just make a gradient, make transition between the colors. They also blend quite nicely, but these colors in particular were a bit stronger, so the transition is not that obvious. But I really love the fact that the pink was able to go into 3 different shades on its own, and then when I added the darker shade called maroon, I was able to blend them quite nicely and get a bigger contrast. Of course, you can always just choose to go with only one color and one marker and get quite enough of shades by its own, and that's what I will do on her blue split of hair by using only one pale blue color to actually get as many shades from one marker as possible. And I really think this was too big of a contrast to make, but as I did this all blindly at the spot, I think it went out and it came out quite nicely. The blue one was called Cool Aqua, and sadly I think somebody sent me a pro marker instead of a brush marker for testing out, but that didn't stop me because I realized that these markers actually have quite good chisel tips for coloring huge surfaces, and that went really smoothly because I was able to color in her blue part of hair really quickly and just enjoy doing the chisel tip coloring, which is not something I do often. I usually find that the chisel tips on markers dry out too fast, but this ones actually were quite nice to work with. And then I left that part to cool off and just dry out while I was using the really dark blue one. This shade is called Egyptian Blue, to emphasize the contrast on the drawing and actually add a bit of more clothing on her, and just design this superhero-like outfit with straps of color, leaving the last colors, yellow and green, for the remaining parts like the stars and the rest of her outfit, and of course her eyes. So her eyes were left to be green, and I had perfectly nicely matching colors to do her costume and eyes with. Those were, the lighter one is apple color and the darker one is forest green color. So I used only the apple to do her clothing for now, and as you can see, when I pressed it lighter, it provided me with a lighter green shade. Then when I pressed it more, I got more shades out of one marker, and that's something I really liked about it. And then I just added some darker green for contrast and depth. So I just added additional shadings on her costume and in her eyes. Then I went back to shade a bit of her skin bluish, so she looks a bit surreal, and just continued adding the same pale blue marker all over again in a separate layer. And as you can see, it's stuck there. We literally got multi-layered hair with several different shades of blue by only using one marker, which I really like and support. But that's not something every marker can do, so yeah, I think this one is actually good because of this feature. and she's done. And I really like how this new brush marker actually has a visibly changed design where you can comfortably grasp the end that is obviously a brush tip, and then have a wider end of the marker which is obviously the chisel tip, so you can take a chance to do the more softer look or more of a geometrical look for your characters. And of course, leave me comment describing what you would love to see me draw with these particular markers. And of course, one of you creative persons will be eligible to win this set on my next review of Pro Marker video. And of course, if you want to learn how to draw cute girls and cute anime characters like this one, you can always purchase my How to Draw Manga book. Now it's available in English and French in all the local bookstores in worldwide countries, and of course the Amazon.com. And if you want to support my work regularly and get sketches sent from me on it at your home address every month, you can always check out the link in the description about my Patreon page. Thank you everybody, and see you guys next time.